Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Morrowind. Well, last time, we began the invasion of a Red Mountain, and, blimey, the loot we've got so far is pretty bloody good. The Sunder, which is just ludicrously powerful, together with a couple of amulets with some really bloody nice effects on them, actually, yes. And today, I think it's finally time to take the fight to Dagoth Ur, and to maybe, just to maybe, wrap up the main plot of Morrowind. And as a nice warm-up for that, we've got one last citadel we need to assault. Odrosal, the source of the blight keening. Without that, we can't destroy the heart, and that needs to go down if we want to defeat Dagoth Ur. So, right, that's my first destination today. And conveniently, Odrosal's pretty much back the way I came, and on top of that, it's barely round the corner from Dagoth Ur's own citadel, so, right, we can jump straight from one to the other, no problem whatsoever. So, step back outside, and yes, if we just head southeast, we should be heading in the right direction to hit Odrosal. Just have to fight my way past, you know, several million cliff races, as is traditional. So okay, here we go. If I've got this right then... Well, one, I think this is Odrosal. And two, I just flipping leveled up. So right, we've got one final level up to bank before we get back to our good friend Dagoth Ur. So okay, step one, let's make sure I'm in the right place here. Odrosal, Dwemer Training Academy, perfect. So, okay. Just gotta find myself a bed, and given this used to be, you know, a Dwemer facility, and hello there, I see you, my little golden saint friend. Yeah, there's probably gonna be a bedroom off to one side somewhere or another, so I've just gotta find that. Step one, though, take out the local Daedra, not precisely what I was expecting, but yeah, these days, with my agility as high as it is, they really struggle to hit me, but with Sunder in a hand, oh, I am not gonna have a problem hitting them back. Now, let's see if I could get lucky right here. Maybe stumble across what I'm looking for. Not a bedroom, unfortunately, though. Okay. There's a vault door here. So a tower. By any chance, is this maybe where you're storing... Well, okay. That looks pretty bloody good, and... For once, I'm actually sad not a short blade user. Cause that's a pretty bloody good short blade, isn't it? I mean, bonus magicka, bonus health, bonus attack, bonus agility, bonus speed. That's an amazing short blade, though, we'll admit, the actual damage numbers do leave a bit to be desired. But then again, it's a short blade. You expect low damage numbers. So there we go. That's the last thing we needed. Keening has been acquired. Although... curiously, I could have sworn that someone said this thing was going to be guarded by an ash vampire. Where's the ash vampire that's supposed to be guarding this thing? Oh, there we go! I found him! So right, working to the assumption that you, sir, at this point have basically figured out you can't beat me. So, as a result of that, yes, you've just decided... Random flipping flame atronach dropping in from the ceiling. Very dramatic. Good entrance, I'll give ya. But, okay. At this point, they're not even holding the weapons on them anymore. They're sort of hiding them in a side room and then staying round the back, in the hope that maybe, just maybe, I'll take the sword and go without murdering them. But no, that's not how we're doing things, Dagoth Odros. I'm having the sword and your life, actually. So okay, you also had a key, presumably to open that door, though it was pretty bloody easy to open. And the Amulet of Heartfire, so, another cast when used, although, I'll give ya, pretty bloody good effects, though not as good as some of the others we've seen. Now, I can't deny, you have made me curious. Why precisely was there an upstairs in this room that, you know, that flame atronach was able to jump down from? So, okay. Handful of Dwemer weaponry. Though I will take a Master Armorer's hammer, I could do with, yes, improving some of my gear, just getting it up to tip-top shape before the final confrontation. Honestly, nothing of note but a few Dwemer bits and pieces, so... as I say, the hammer at least is well worth coming up here to grab, because some of my ice gear does not have the largest amount of condition on it, so, yeah, just to get all of this back up to where it should be, beautiful. And while that only works on armor, not weapons, honestly, I feel like, yes, my weapons are in a perfectly acceptable condition, so, okay. That was the last thing we flipping needed. We have got Sunder, we have got Keening, we have got Wraithguards. According to the plan, this is it. We're going back to Citadel Dagoth. Also, one hilarious but also very sensible thing buried inside the notes that Vivec gave me is, yes, an explanation as to precisely what's going on with the heart, which is, I'm supposed to strike the heart with a hammer, which makes the heart produce a pure tone. Then Keening cuts apart the tone in order that tone shards can be imprinted on the substance of the wearer, giving him a divine nature. This is how you turn a person into a god. But naturally, Vivec decided not to teach me the secret rituals that actually let you do that third step. So I don't have the ability to just say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to destroy the heart. I'm just going to make myself a god instead. I can't do that. Instead, yes, the reason I'm whacking the heart with the sword multiple times is I'm breaking the tone shards into, like, smaller tone shards. And that's bad and causes bad things to happen, and thus the heart will explode. So okay, rest inside the now empty citadel till I get my health back, and I'm gonna be honest, I've completely forgotten about the level up, so this is actually a pretty good level up, because I did do all that training, so agility, not quite up to 100, but pretty bloody close. Speed can go in the right direction too, and honestly, yeah, I think 42 is a much nicer number than a 41, so I'll just boost the luck as well, why not? So there we go. At the end of the day, thanks to, yes, the Ring of the Wind and the Helm of Orin Bearclaw, I'm going into the final confrontation with agility of 168, which I find deeply delightful. Okay, back outside, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, if I head this way, due west, then just drop down onto the path here, there should be a route somewhere around here that lets me go straight up to the crater where Dagoth Ur citadel is. So, a handful of enemies appear to have respawned, and no worries, guys, no worries, and okay, that guy just tossed himself down a cliff at me. Lovely, well done, my friend. Also, more cliff racers, because why wouldn't there be infinite cliff racers? Okay, this path may be steeper than I was expecting. But that's fine, I've literally already got Levitate set from exploring that dungeon a bit, so this is going to be no problem, we can get up here without too much trouble at all. Here we go, I remember this, so yeah, the entrance is like down there somewhere. Question is, can I actually like get a... No. More Levitate, because I feel like I was about to fall down into a lava pit, so yeah. We came here previously, just after we received that note from Dagoth Ur saying, hey, come have a cup of tea with me. And then we did, and he laughed at us and said, I'm really disappointed you came here, you're not prepared, go away. And I feel like that was really unreasonable of him, so, right. And up here, the doorway has closed, but I remember, hang about, yeah, there's a crank right over here, and that crank just sort of teleported, but that's fine. Just get back over to you, my friend, and then, yeah, in a minute, that should probably turn it back, right? Yep, there we go. And that lets me in to the outer facility.
Come, Nerevar, friend or traitor, come. Come and look upon the heart and of Kulakan. And bring Wraithguard. I have need of it.
Okay. He's expecting me, and sounds like possibly, yes, we might just be playing straight into his hands. Because do not forget, Sunder and Keening he already had. However, Wraithguard, no he didn't. That's new. Vivec had that, and Vivec's given it to me so I could handle Sunder. The problem we've got therefore is, up to this point, nobody had the full set, and hasn't for centuries. I think the implication was, you need all three of them if you want to be manipulating the heart. So for centuries, no one's been able to do it. And I can't, because I don't know the secret ritual, but Dagoth Ur does. Suggesting, yes, he wants me to bring in Wraithguard, and then hand it over, because at that point, he could start tapping the heart again, properly. And that suggests to me there might be a deal that could be done here between me and him, because I don't particularly care for Vivec or whatnot. If Dagoth Ur's the only one who's offering to let me ascend to godhood, I am considering that deal. Now, next question. I was literally about to say, have the enemies repopulated? Because it's been a while since I was last here. It would appear the answer is yes, so we are going to have to smash our way through these guys, though at this point, yeah. I feel like with this weapon, this shield, etc., etc., we can do it.
Come to the heart chamber. I wait for you there, where we last met countless ages ago.
And okay. Sounds like, yes, my older friend Dagoth Ur is going to be chatting to me through this entire area, though, okay. If he does want me to come to the heart chamber, he hasn't, like, called off his minions or anything. They're definitely still attacking me.
Come to me through fire and war. I welcome you.
So, okay, down into the inner chamber. No trouble, buddy.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
Okay, he's definitely feeling in a chatty mood today. I've definitely not come too early, unprepared, etc., etc. Dagoth Ur appears to be very happy about me coming for a visit. And here we go. Down to the bottom, and nice and easy, no trouble whatsoever, so... Okay. Weapons away. There might just be a deal to be done here. And there he is. Second time we visited this cave. Last time, he was not very happy to see us. This time, maybe he will be. Right, so hello there, Dagoth Ur. Let's me and you have a nice chat. It began here, it will end here. Do you have any parting words? Would you rather skip the speeches and get to our business? You are the challenger here after all, so to you goes the courtesy of the first blow. And no, we're not doing murder. I've got Wraithguard and all the tools. And you've got the heart and know the secret rituals. How about I become a brand new god? You get your god powers tuned up a bit, we go and destroy the tribunal together. We could storm the city of Vivec, kill that bastard in his pyramid, take over Morrowind. Sounds like a fun option to me. Now you've come to me here, there can be but one result. Many times I've considered offering to share the place with you. I considered offering to accept your oath of service. You might try to buy my trust by giving me Wraithguard, Keening, and Sunder. I thought we might again be friends, comrades, brothers in arms. Okay, well, one, you've got this the wrong way round. You would be working for me, not the other way round, because I'm Nerevar, and back in the day, Nerevar was the one in control. You worked for Nerevar, so if I'm the Nerevarine, you'd be working for me. I'd be the main god, you'd be like my god sidekick. That's how that would work, but putting that aside, sounds like yes, possibly he thinks that's not going to work out. I have won this place and power by right of conquest, by right of daring and enterprise. I will not risk it to cunning and deceit. I offer you no deals. If you are my enemy, I cannot trust you. And even if you are not my enemy, I cannot let you live. Okay, well that's a shame, because I would have been extremely easy to tempt with godlike powers. But instead it will all be decided here. I believe I will prevail, but I cannot be sure, and I am vain enough that, should I fail, I would wish to be remembered in my own words. So, right. Maybe, just maybe, we can get some final answers as to what happened back on the original Red Mountain Day. So, okay. First, though, he wants to ask me a question. Are you really Nerevar Reborn? Okay, now, that's difficult to answer. Because, honestly, I don't know. I mean, sure, I've got a ring that I'm capable of putting on, and that ring was supposed to kill anyone who wasn't Nerevar Reborn. But, you know, I don't know that's true. As far as I can see, the ring's just got a bit of personality and speechcraft on it. That could have just been a story that Nerevar made up. Now, the most compelling evidence I do have is Azura has appeared to me and said, yeah, you're Nerevar Reborn. But, you know, it's kind of in Azura's interest for there to be a Nerevar Reborn. It's entirely possible that she could just be saying that because I'm a convenient servant who could get rid of the false tribunal etc, etc. So, I'm going to say I'm a self-willed hero, and I make my own fate. You are bold, I honour your independence. You're one to teach the gods their limits. I hope the bards will praise the glory of your death in song. So okay. Second question, if you win, what do you plan to do with the power from the heart? Will you make yourself a god and establish a thearchy? Or will you complete a Kulakan and dispute control of Tamriel with the Septums? Or will you share the heart with your followers, as I have, and breed a new race of divine immortals? So I can't answer, and I'm here to destroy the heart, because I am, and surely he would have considered that's a possibility, but... And again, maybe that's the weakness of Dagoth Ur. He's so far gone down the rabbit hole of the heart and its godlike powers, the idea of destroying it and not using it to generate godlike powers doesn't even occur to him. So, I'm going to say, I've got my own secret plan. Perhaps there may be surprises in store for me yet. Or maybe you obscure your plans on principle. Maybe you're an instinctive bluffer. No matter. And my final question, had I offered to let you join me, would you have surrendered Wraithguard, Sunder and Keening for me to seal your oath? And okay. Never join you, I'd never surrender the tools, maybe with the right guarantees, yes, if I had a cunning plan. Not sure guarantees do me much good. With the right plan, yes, I would have considered it. And yes, of course, I doubt that any cunning plan would have been much use once I had the tools in hand. But now we'll never know. Pity. But now if you've got any questions, ask them. Otherwise, you're the challenger. I await your first blow. So okay. It sounds like, yes, doing a deal with him would not have worked out, given he's pretty much just overtly stated, yeah, I would have betrayed you at the first opportunity, but then again, I would have done the same to him, so that's perfectly reasonable. So okay, on to my questions for him. And yeah, most of this I think I already know the answer to. The big one is, by any chance do you know with absolute certainty what happened to the Dwemer? Because I've got, like, a pretty good idea, but we're not 100% sure. I have no idea what happened to the Dwemer. No one bloody knows, dear flipping dear. Then again, I think kind of the whole point is it was weird, unique magic that was untested and a bit unpredictable. So I guess that kind of makes sense. And while Dagoth Ur says he would like to look into it, yes, that's after the campaigns of the Six House are secure. So basically, after he's already taken over the world. So that doesn't really help me much. As for the rest of it, yeah. Is everything as we think it is, or is he going to throw a couple of curveballs at me right now? Because, say, as for the Dunmer, yeah, sounds like, one, he wants to kick out everyone who's not a Dunmer from Vvardenfell and then Morrowind, that ultimately, they're potentially going to be converted into sleepers, etc, etc. Well, he's not mentioned that last bit, converting people into ash slaves using their dreams, etc, etc, though, okay. Basically, taking over the world. We're into his full world domination plan at this point. Oh, here we go about broadcasting a divine power upon the blight winds. Problem being, yes, when he talks about touching each soul in Vvardenfell with divine power, the people who do get touched with the blight have a habit of turning into zombies, then monsters. So, yes, his definition of divine power and divine enlightenment may not be entirely to everybody's liking. I also enjoy that, yes, there's no, like, secret final twist as to why he's trying to build a new god using the old god heart right in Red Mountain. Basically, it's just going to be a champion of his armies. He's building a god so the god could go and crush his enemies, which is, you know, refreshingly simple and to the point. But beyond that, nothing more we didn't already know. So, okay. It's time for us to fight. Now, actually, now I think about it, I probably shouldn't fight him. Like, isn't the entire point that right now he can't be killed? Then again, he can be, like, temporarily put down. Maybe it's like a Spriggan in Blood Moon. If you beat him up enough, he'll go down, but he'll just pop back up again. But the point is, yeah, we've got to destroy the heart before we can finish him off for good. And very well, if you're impatient to begin, go ahead. You're the challenger, to you goes the first blow. So right, back away, and I feel like he's actually attacking me first, actually, so he said he was going to give me the first blow, then he just bloody changed his mind. So, right. Step 1, we're inside. Put on the good inside robe. He's also definitely casting magic at me right now. So for the time being, take off a Ring of the Wind, because agility does, no good whatsoever when it comes to magic. You can't dodge magic. The Ring of Equity, however, that most certainly does. So right, just quickly use that, and all of a sudden, his magic's going to be completely bloody useless. Next up, now my conjuration is like 98, and I'm completely safe for the time being, let's get some reinforcements in the room just to distract him. Now, we'll see how... Oh, hello, we are... Oh, blimey. He's tough, but I can beat him one-on-one. The problem is, I suspect that was just, yes, the beginning. Presumably, he's gonna be back. Right, do a quick sandwich. We have brought a lot of sandwiches. We've got a lot of healing going on. So, okay, here we go. The chamber with the new god in it, a Kulakan. And I'm going to work under the assumption he's going to be waiting inside once again.
What a fool you are. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
Okay. He's yelling at me. He's doing bad things. He's tossed some magic at me. No, that's mainly my own gear. Hang on, what have you done to me, my friend? I think just a little bit of fire damage over time, which is not a problem. Possibly he's just slightly knackered my speed. But I think with jumping and my acrobatics at 100... I'm faster than him. So, right. Get a bit more healing going on here. We know we can't beat him. And now he's stuck, though. Okay, hang on. Is that him again? Or is that... No, that's like one of his, like, you know, underlings. We need to take him out. That's fine. So... Oh, hang on. Okay, wait. Just figure out what's going on here. Is this that god you're building? I assume this is the god you're building. Right in the middle of a volcano. Lovely. So, right. Don't fight him. Go for the heart first. That's the key, and that'll be the heart. One blow with the hammer. Then keep whacking it with the sword until it breaks. So, no way out that way. Okay. Where's he? Okay, we're well ahead of him right now. Marvellous. So, keep on keeping on. Here we go. One hit. Alright, then we switch over to keening. I'm very bad with this sword, but just keep whacking it. And hopefully, yes, the game isn't like calculating chance to hit or anything.
What are you doing? What are you doing, fool? Stop! This is the
Oh, hang on. Oh. I think I just fell off the bridge. What I need to do is levitate, like, really fast. Go! Okay, we are levitating. This is fine. This is fine. Have I broken the heart, by the way? Is the heart actually, like, done? Or do we need to, like, do a bit more to the heart just yet? This is fine. Maybe do a tiny bit more in the way of healing, just to be safe here. Where's he, by the way? Because presumably, hi there, no trouble. John. If you've broken the heart, he's no longer unkillable. Right, well, I've got a good idea for you, my friend. Just toss one blizzard at you. Oh, yeah. Oh, flippin' yeah. Blizzard, blizzard, blizzard. Right. He's just, like, twinkled away. John, levitate's about to wear off. You're about to fall into the lava again. So just a little bit more levitate, actually. Go! We just sorted that out. I think we're okay for now. And I think the heart maybe needed a little bit more whacking. It wasn't quite done yet, but this is now as fast as I could go, because I'm currently floating, which is not ideal. Keep whacking heart over and over again. Is the heart gone? Wait, hang on. Do I need to, like, restart it? I'm sorry, I'm really confused by the... Ooh, there's a lever here. I can't push that, that's fine. Right, try it again. Start from the beginning, okay? Step 1. Followed by step 2. I'm sorry, this is my first time performing, like, god heart surgery. I'm just gonna keep whacking it. That's definitely enough, right? I'm just going to go. I'm just going to naff off. See if... Oh! I think it was already gone. I think I just needed to, like, you know, flipping step away from it. So, okay. Bridge is gone. Arms are falling off. Good God, very big, very fancy. Like how it's falling apart into really lovely big pieces. Is the heart supposed to be there? Have I sort of broken the heart a bit, just by virtue of the fact that I hit it too many times over and over again? I'm not sure if the heart's supposed to be there anymore, but you know what? It wouldn't be a Bethesda game if you weren't 100% sure whether, maybe, just maybe, it bugged out at the end. However, I can't help but notice that, yes, the angry combat music is still playing. Which suggests that maybe, just a maybe, Dagoth Ur's not quite 100% dead yet. Like, you know, he sort of fizzled away, but there was no body. And the fact I haven't seen a lootable body concerns me, in the sense that, yes, he might possibly be coming back for one last attempt to stop me. Still, eyes open. He might show up again yet, though can we even get out of here? Not unless I can find the right McGibble to open the door, so, oh dear, hang on. Can we even actually get out of here at all? Have I broken something? Wait. Dwarven crank. Excellent. And I can escape. God's dead. Check the journal, John. Check the journal. The journal says Dagoth Ur's been destroyed. Possibly by my amazing blizzard spell. The problem being, yes, I feel like, you know, he sort of faded away. I'm suspicious he's not really properly dead. Still, hit the crank a second time. We can at least leave. So, okay. Keep on keeping on. Let's see what we've got. And, oh! There's a ghost. Oh, are you Azura by any chance?
You no longer bear the burden of prophecy. You have achieved your destiny. You are free. The doomed Duima's folly, Lord Dagoth's temptation, the tribunal's seduction, the god's heart freed, the prophecy fulfilled. All fate sealed and sins redeemed. If you have pity, mourn the lost. But let the weeping cease. The blight is gone, and the sun's golden honey gilds the land. Hail, Saviour, Hortator, and Nerevarine. Your people look to you for protection. Monster and villains, great and small, still threaten the people of Vvardenfell. Enemies and evils abound, yet indomitable will might rid Morrowind of all its ills. For you, our thanks and blessing, our gift and token given. Come, take this thing from the hand of God.
So, okay. I've officially been released from prophecy, etc., etc. My reward? The Ring of Azura. Constant effect. Restore fatigue 3 points. I mean, that's sort of okay. Like, you know, I give it 7 out of 10, maybe 7.5. Feels a weird thing to give me as a reward for beating the main plot, but sure, why not? Though yes, what Azura was just saying does make me think, hang about. We need to, yes, mosey back outside nice and quick. Because when you say there's going to be no more blight, do you mean like literally, immediately, etc., etc.? We just mosey back outside. Okay, well, one, you're wearing the evil robe that means you take damage and whatnot. But if we take that off... Okay. I mean, she's not wrong. The weather is suddenly a lot flipping nicer than it's been in here basically ever, actually. I do not remember it even once being sunny in here previously. Though, you know, there's still lava. It is a volcano after all. Now, the big question for me is, yeah, how much does this, like, change the world? Are all of the monstrosities of Dagoth Ur immediately flipping dead or something? Like, you know, is it now completely 100% safe to just walk through this area? Because, well, you're dead because I killed you previously. But I will say, it's looking all of a sudden a lot nicer in here. Basically, it just looks the same inside now as it always did outside, around the Ashlands and whatnot. So, okay, that's a cliff racer. Sadly, they weren't destroyed when we killed Dagoth Ur. Bit of a shame. You're just a bug. That's fine too. Okay, well, there's definitely one ash slave, so, you know, there's still a few creatures dodged about. They haven't all immediately just dropped dead because Dagoth Ur's dead or whatnot, but okay, I'm still going to say, just in terms of the weather, this is a huge step forwards. Oh, and it didn't even register to me till just a second. The ghost fence. It's gone, but then, oh. I was about to say, because yes, obviously it's not needed anymore. But that's not really what that means, is it? Vivec was telling me that, yeah, it's the tribunal. Part of the reason they've been a bit weak is they've been dedicating so much of their power to keeping the ghost fence up. If the ghost fence is suddenly down, or one, it might be because, you know, they just decided it wasn't necessary anymore. But on the other hand, the heart's been destroyed. And that was what was making them divine. And possibly what was keeping them alive, full stop, given they're very, very old at this point. So, right, we should probably nip back to Vivec and see what's going on over there precisely. Because right now, me and the Ordinators are pretty chill. But in the event, I've kind of, you know, killed the tribunal. They've all dropped dead. Potentially me and the Ordinators might be back onto very bad terms. Oh, well, this is adorable. Apparently, yes, now when you speak to people, they start stuttering, and they're just so delighted that the Nerevarine is speaking to them. And by the way, my first proclamation as Nerevarine is, ignore what Azura just said, it's pronounced Hortator and Nerevarine. Those are the pronunciations we're going for, okay? I'm not having Hortator or... Okay, can't even remember what Azura said, but it was very slightly different to what I've been saying. Praise on CV, praise the Nerevarine, the devil is dead, and the blight is gone. So... oh, that is true. Picking up on precisely what I was just saying, Vivec was sort of implying that in some way belief in the tribunal was what powered him, and like his powers, and the ghost fence. So if everyone suddenly believes in the Nerevarine instead of the tribunal, with no belief, or at least, you know, now that belief are redirected into me instead, yeah, their powers might have just faded even more. So okay, let's get back to civilization to see what precisely is going on there. So, divine intervention. Where's that bringing me? Bunkmoth. Not precisely where I was expecting to go, but you know what? That'll do fine. Because yeah, that's right by Aldrune, and Aldrune is connected to a series of fast travel networks. Oh, here we go. There's a dreamer just outside Aldrune. All is silence, the road is straight, without turning, darkness. Now let there be an end to all things. You about to attack me? Because that does sound like the sort of thing someone would say just before attacking me. I mean that, or he's saying the voice in his head, like Dagoth Ur's voice, is finally gone. So, right, I think the dreamers are waking up. But is the same maybe true for, yes, the people in town who used to come up to me and yell at me? And there was one, hang on, were you up in Ard-Velothi? Or Cool? I think there was one on the docks in Ard-Velothi who always came up to me and yelled, so, hang on. Take me up the road to like Ard-Velothi or nearby to it anyway. Here we go, Ard-Velothi, it was definitely Ard-Velothi. There was someone who would always come up to me on these docks and yell at me about the 6th house, and I'm like moderately confident they never attacked me, so I never killed them. So, okay, is anyone by any chance feeling a tiny bit confused right now? Okay, I can't find anyone who meets that description, so either they've just disappeared, or I've come to the wrong town by mistake, or I killed them and then forgot I killed them. It really could be any of the above, it's hard to say. Okay, back at my Doom Tower, however, we've got a blend of good and bad news. The bad news is, I was kind of hoping, yes, the whole defeat of the Blightstorm thing might mean the weather's a bit nicer in this bit of the world. It would appear, however, it's still a bit on the misty side, round the Ashlands, so maybe that's just a function of the amount of lava. But in a really good news, that scrib's still here. I've just got a pet scrib now. Oh, and delightfully, up the road with Nabani, who, let's be honest, was kind of the first person who really believed in me. She's got her own special line. 'Tis as my dreams have shown me, the devil is dead, and the blight is gone. So, okay. she was the first person who believed I was the Nerevarine, and she's seen her dreams come to fruition, so, oh, that's delightful. I'm glad I could be a part of this, Nibane. Though yes, she's also flagged precisely what I myself was thinking a minute ago. Once before, Lord Nerevar thought Dagoth Ur and all his kin were dead. So, yeah, I feel like he might pop up again later at some point. But yes, much more importantly, okay. It's time to go back to Vivec and see what precisely is going on there. Because for the most part, everyone seems chill, happy, celebrating, etc, etc. But I'm not 100% sure whether, yes, the mood's going to be quite as jubilant behind that door ahead of me, or whether maybe there's just going to be a corpse. Well, he's not dead yet, and he's still doing his very fancy flying trick. It's alright. Hello there, Vivec. How are you feeling about how this all worked out? The blight is gone, and we have survived. Now we must dedicate ourselves to rebuilding the temple, and you must dedicate yourself to your responsibilities as protector of Morrowind. So, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I'm surprised you're not dead. We've lost our divine powers, but not altogether. Some token of the people's faith remains, and we shall dedicate it to rebuilding the temple. Now Dagoth Ur is gone, we can turn our energies to the more humble needs of the people. It is good honest work, and I believe there is redemption in it, so, right. Now the ghost fence isn't needed, that was sapping a lot of your power, and you were implying belief in the tribunal does kind of give you a sort of power too. Even if the heart's gone, you've still got a bit of power coming out of that. So if he just sort of downsizes the amount of godly magic he's doing on a day-to-day basis, maybe, just maybe, the tribunal can keep going, though they won't be anywhere near as strong as they used to be. Though by the sounds of it, Vivec's not too annoyed about that. I've always worn my divinity lightly. Fundamentally, I'm not at all a serious person, and I won't miss it. I've tried to do what was necessary, and I'm afraid I've done some harm. I assure you, I'll be quite content to be a mere mortal again, dedicated to my own amusement, so... Right, he's taking this pretty well, but I'm gonna be honest, you have just reminded me. Almalexia and Sothasil, as much as they've been, like, repeatedly mentioned, they've not actually shown up yet, but my understanding is, yes, they do make an appearance at some point, meaning, given there's now nothing left but Tribunal, they're going to be showing up there. And by the sounds of it, oh dear. Almalexia takes her divinity very seriously, and the loss weighs heavily on her. She tends to brood, I fear she will do herself and others harm, so, oh dear. This would be why, yes, my understanding all along was you do Tribunal after you've done the main game. That's the order that makes sense, because it's in some ways maybe about the fallout of the loss of divine power. Vivec is taking it quite well. The others maybe not so much. And as for Sothasil, right. I do not hear from him since our defeat at Red Mountain. Truly, I scarcely ever heard from him. He's completely self-absorbed. Like myself, without the heart, his divine powers will diminish, but I doubt he'll notice the loss. He's fascinated by the hidden world and its mysteries, and I doubt he'd even notices most of the time. So okay. Potentially, yes, these other two might be a bit more tricky to work with, and potentially a lot more dangerous than a Vivec. And speaking of which, Vivec, by the sounds of it, really is going to be getting the temple onto a much better path. We must reorganize the temple to meet the needs of the people. We have less need of ordinators, for example, and a greater need of priests, healers, and teachers, so, okay. He's going to be reducing the number of soldiers floating around, more doctors and teachers instead. You know what, Vivec? Me and you, we could be friends, potentially. And okay, in the end, Azura got precisely what she wanted. The Dumb are going to be worshipping her again as Vivec slowly recedes from public life, so, alright. If I actually never was the Nerevarine, and Azura just said I was, then she played the game very well indeed, because this has worked out very nicely for her. So as a result of that means there's just one last thing for us to do. And that is the Tribunal expansion, so, right, let's mosey back over the water to Ebonheart. Because yes, by the looks of it, there's no way to get to Tribunal just by going there on foot. the only way in is to teleport via that mage up in the castle. So here we go, please send me back to Mournhold. And here we are, back in this stunning city, full of a beautiful architecture, loads of trees, just a gorgeous, lovely place to explore, though, yes, don't forget, the reason I came here in the first place is, the Dark Brotherhood tried to take me out, and, as I say, my understanding is, at some point or another, we need to figure out what the deal is with the rest of the tribunal, and, based on what Vivec was saying, yeah, it's possible they're not going to take the whole loss of their divine power thing quite so flipping well. Still, I would say, having officially wrapped up Morrowind's base game, how about we call it a punt there? But next time, right, we're jumping straight into Tribunal, which, as I understand it, is basically a bit of an epilogue to all of Morrowind, and our first move is, we need to head into the ruins of Old Mournhold, accessible through the sewer system in the Great Bazaar, but yes, as I say, I suspect there's a lot more going on here than just a bit of a run-in with the Dark Brotherhood. So we'll dig into that next episode. Hopefully you join me for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Morrowind. Thank you very much, and goodbye. So okay, I've been outwitted by a butterfly and beaten up by a fish.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
I didn't steal anything! I'm sorry, I touched the shoes while I was shoe shopping! Okay, I feel like I may have just, walked in on something. What about this person? Can we talk to this person?